I'm excited to be here and I'm excited to talk about the CRM, and I'm excited that that all of you guys are joining us today to talk more about the CRM. I feel like we can spend probably 100 more Tipsy Thursdays, but I just want to, take each section and kind of make sure that everybody knows all the different features that are available on here. All right, Nick, is there anything else that you want to say?
CRMs are the breakfast of champions, so hopefully everybody spends every day living in it. 2.5 hours. That might be a little aggressive, but living in your CRM is where we need to be.
Definitely. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let's see, let's share my desktop. So can everybody see my desktop okay?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So what I want to go over today is to show you how to set up these emails that you can send to your clients, your buyers, for any new listings that hit the market. So I actually have them sent to me already. I think I have it set up for 3 times a week where I'll get any new listings that are in Turlock, because I live in Turlock. So this was the one that I received, I believe it was yesterday. And so you'll see, and then here I can go in and see my saved search, and then it'll bring me up more properties and then I can engage with them. You'll see that I have this from my own account, so it is branded to me. Yours will obviously be branded to yours. And then there's another email that you can send that's a market watch. For those familiar with our old system, we used to have the what's happening in my neighborhood. This is what is the equivalent to that on our new CRM.
If she got that one.
Okay, so I'll kind of just recap from last week. If you haven't already logged into the CRM, you'll find that by going to pmz.com, and then we'll scroll all the way to the bottom and then click this login button. If you have, if this is your first time logging in, just type in your first half of your email address and then click forget password. They'll send you a link to reset your password and then you'll log in. If you're having issues with that, go ahead and send me an email and then I will help you get on there. Once you're on, or once you're logged in, this is what you're going to see. It's basically your dashboard. You'll see how many new leads, contacts, all that stuff is going on. You'll have links to buy side, leading RE, Spacio, and then if you want to use their business planning module, it'll be down here. And then any client activity you'll see here, as long as like any reports and your open rate for emails too. So if you did send out the email for the fallback email last time that we were on, I walked you guys how to do that. You can see what your open rate is and who actually opened it and what time. Super cool information. So we go back. I'm not sure that I'll have much information because it's just me. Search, hopefully it'll pop up. Okay, so now you see that these are all the emails that I've that have been sent and opened from my account. Okay, so now let's talk about clients. And if let's say we have a new buyer, right? So I'm going to go to clients, client list. I'm going to go ahead and enter a new buyer. Let's say I just got that lead today. I will go to create contact here. And then I'm going to be have all these options to enter, right? But I'm only going to worry about 2 different things. I'm going to worry about my name, and I'll just do Alondra.
Can we make it bigger?
You might have to make your computer screen, your Zoom window bigger if you're saying this super small. Nick, can you confirm, does this look okay on your end?
Yeah, it's taken up. I have it on full max on my computer screen. If you're on a Mac, I press the green button in the upper left, and then on your Zoom settings, go to view options and click fit to window, or you can go to 300% if you want it even bigger.
Cool. I'm actually gonna do Tipsy Thursday for first and last name. And then for email, I'm just going to do test@pmz.com. And then I can go in and type in all this information if I have it available. For time's sake, I'm not going to spend much time on that. And then I'm going to click add contact info. Give that a second. So now once that contact has been created, we can scroll to the bottom. And then again, I can always go in here and update all that information if I have it, or as I attain that information. But we're going to also go down to the bottom and we're going to focus on this My PMZ access down here. So I'm going to go ahead and click check and then click save changes. So this gives them access to the My PMZ on your website, where they can log in, look for properties, save searches, favorite houses, and listings. That way you can also see what their activity is. And I'll show you guys what that looks like in a second. So now we've given them access to My PMZ. Now let's say this is a new buyer and they're looking for property in, let's say, Modesto. I'll go ahead and go into the web activity here, which is the second column here. And we're going to go down. Obviously, there's nothing here, but we're going to go ahead and create a search email notification. So you'll see that by this blue button on the right-hand side corner. Now this is going to take us to this page, and this is where we're going to enter our criteria. Okay, so I'm just going to do it simple, do Modesto. And then I'm going to do just actives. Let's see, do 350 to 600, submit. And then you can obviously filter more by bed, square feet. And then there's also an advanced search. So if there's something very specific on there, you guys can go in there and enter that criteria as well. So then now we'll see all these homes here. And now, does everybody see the safe search option here? So that's where we're going to click safe search. And now I'm going to give it a name. So one thing that I realized this when I was testing this out is whatever search name you give, it's going to show up in their email. So for example, I did Monica test here. So just be careful and mindful that whatever you search here is going to show up in that email. Okay, so let's,
that is great information.
Yes.
Because I could put something funny there to remind myself. Yes.
Yeah. So I would probably do, buyer tipsy. I'd probably do their name and then Modesto so that they know. And then you can also, if they've updated the search criteria, you can update it here and replace it, or you can say, okay, when do they want to receive these? You can do them immediately. So as soon as a listing goes in the goes active within that criteria, once a day, 3 times a week, weekly, bi-weekly. So it's just up to you. I have mine set up for 3 times a week just so that I kind of see what's going on. But obviously if they're a buyer and they're like ready and looking for anything that's available now, and probably immediate would be the option for them.
Alondra,
Yes.
there's like 153 results here, which is quite a lot. If you wanted to narrow this down to something closer to where the client lives,
Yes.
some geographic area, what's the procedure to do that?
So if you want to narrow it down, you can actually also do this. Does everybody see this like polygon pencil option down here? So if I want to, you can click on that and we can zoom in on the map. And let's see, I'll do.
John, she also selected every house between 350 and 600, which is a ginormous price difference for a client. I wouldn't recommend ever doing a search that far apart for somebody. If we have their budget more in line, that would narrow the results a lot.
Yeah, so I'm just doing it for demonstration purposes. So let's say that they only want to live in this area, right? In Modesto. I can go ahead and draw that out with that pen tool at the bottom. And now it's only going to give me, it's going to filter everything out that that's not in this location. So let's say maybe they're just looking for a more, not necessarily just Modesto, but maybe within like the Ripon, Modesto area. Again, we can just use that polygon tool to draw around it. And then it'll just give you those homes in that area. Everybody with me so far?
Yeah,
So,
Alondra,
Alondra, this basically takes, like you said, takes place of what's happening in my neighborhood, number one. Number two, so we can keep our
That's
clients
different,
up.
Roddy.
So that's different. That's a separate type of email, and I'll go into that in just a second.
Okay.
What was that your follow-up question
No,
regarding?
then the other one was somebody that you've added to your database that they are actively looking for a home.
Yeah, so this is where I would enter this information, create the search, and create the email notifications for someone who's
Gotcha.
actively buying, or maybe you have someone who's just not actively, but they're curious and see what's going on, what's in the market. Maybe I'll do maybe twice a month, right? Or do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday emails. So it's not something that it's a very urgent, but they're still kind of want to be in the know.
so we can use this instead of Cloud Streams?
I don't know what Cloud Streams is.
It basically does the same thing.
Yeah.
You can send out information. I wasn't aware that we could do it on CRM.
Yeah.
Cloud Streams allows you to set up a profile just like this. And then anytime anything new comes on the market, you can send it out immediately, or you can send it out a week later, or whatever you need to do, whatever your time frame is.
Yep, that's exactly what this is. And the great thing about this, it lives within your CRM. So you can always see what activity is being done, in any interaction that you've had with that client. It just keeps everything organized for you.
So I was also playing with this as well. I thought that this map interactive search on RCM was easier to use than the MLS's map interactive search. I had more issues making the polygon on the MLS than I did in the CRM. And for me, the two huge positives, one, this was ease of use. And number two, we get to control the information here. They're not at a different website. They're at our website at PMZ. They're not at prospector.metrolist. So all the information, all the properties they click on, you get to see. They don't have to leave a search. It's not an email where they can't get interactive, if that makes sense.
Yes. And then one thing that I would say, I'm not an agent, so I don't know all that criteria, but sometimes when an agent will send me a listing from their Metro list, that page is not meant for a consumer. It is meant for a real estate agent, because I look at it and I'm like, this is just information overload. So the one thing I do appreciate about our website is that this is meant for a buyer. This is meant for, the average Joe that doesn't know real estate and just wants to see the home, see the highlights, right? So you have the pictures, you have, listing how many days on site it's been, the price, any details here, the description, all this information that is important to me as a buyer is here, and it's easy to see and read. And the ones that I've seen from Metrolist, it is just like so overwhelming.
Alondra, it's
Yes.
Mary Ransma. Hey, I just am looking at the page you're on now. If they were to click schedule a showing on that, do we get the notification?
So it depends. If they are on your website, so mbrandsma.pmz.com, yes, that will be that would go to you. If it is your list, if they're on pmz.com and they're searching for a listing, it is your listing, that lead will go to you.
Thanks.
So Meredith, if it's you sending them the email, it's going to be from your website. So you would get that notification. If they
Thank
were
you.
just meandering on pmz.com, then unless it's your listing, it wouldn't go to you.
Right, exactly. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so now we'll save this search. We'll say 3 times a week, and you can also send them a weekly open house email for this search too. We're just going to give it a tip Z Thursday name, click submit. So then now we can go back. It gives you different options. We'll just go back to the client activity page. So again, this is where we were just before we created that search under web activity. And now we'll see that there is there was a search and it was a saved search. And then under email notifications, you'll see the search name, the date it was created, and the email frequency. So if they're saying, hey, I'm getting way too many emails from you, can you, take a step back, you can go ahead to do it one time per week or bi-weekly here, or it's like, no, like I need to get in there as soon as they come on the market, then you can do immediately, or you can just turn it off.
That will also help us determine the urgency. If you're sending somebody 3 times a week and they're like, hey, I missed out on that house, we know that they're ready to move a little bit quicker.
As they're on their PMZ client page and they favorite properties, they save anything, you'll start seeing them here as well. So now let's go back here, and I'm going to go back to the search option that we were just in. And now there's the second report is for what's happening in my neighborhood. And we'll get that by going to that market stats. And then, so I think there's 2 options too. So you can also do, I just did active, but if they want to see pendings and solds, you can create that same type of email notification that includes those. And that's more in line to like what's happening with my neighborhood. And there's also the market stats. So if we click on here, it's going to give us the stats for that specific, this was within the 95351 area code. And so it has it by homes for sale, listings off market, sell price, and some data. And that's that second email that I showed you guys. If this is something else that you want to send them as well, you would click here, schedule email updates. Again, this will show up in their email, and then you can do it however frequent they want those emails. Is everybody with me so far?
Yes.
Okay, cool, thanks.
You know, Alondra, I think it would be very helpful to the entire brokerage if you did some series of things on this CRM, because a lot of people don't know how to use it. And it's a very valuable tool.
Thanks, Isam. So that's why we're here. Yeah, that's why I wanted to concentrate a little bit more on the CRM. So last time we did email marketing and we showed you how to send an email there. This time I wanted to focus on these 2 types of emails, but I wanted to kind of break it down into bite-sized pieces for you guys so that you can learn all the wonderful tools and things that you guys can do within the new CRM.
And we can go back and watch all of these via the video, right?
Yeah, so I'll send out an email with the replay for today. And then I
Okay.
created a whole YouTube playlist that has all the Tipsy Thursday videos saved in one playlist, so that if you ever want to go back to view a certain one that we've done, they'll be there and saved for you guys.
Great, thanks.
And I can start adding that link to those emails as well, if that would be beneficial to you guys. So is
And I
there?
have to run because I have another meeting to go to in about 5 minutes. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
I'll
of
check out
course.
the rest on the video.
Awesome, thank you. So that is how we would create those. If you have maybe an owner that wants specific, maybe they're looking for, I think it's like the foothills, but only certain towns, you would just create multiple searches for those. And then, so I wanted to see where. Find my client list. Oh, I think it would be this one. So if we go under web activity for this one, I've had this one created for a while. You'll see that I created it last October of 2020, and then you'll see all the recent activities I've done within on the client side of things, and then any email notifications that I have, and then as well as any favorites that I've done. So it's been a while, but you can go in here and see that I favorited this home on that date. So then you can see what their engagement is regarding that home, see what they liked about that home, and then hopefully, get them into that home or a similar one.
Alondra, can you click on the picture that said details on the property? I just had a quick thing I wanted to see, view property details.
This one?
Yep.
Yeah, so this one's no longer on the market.
I just wanted to see if it told you what it sold for based on the sold by London Does it tell you? Yeah, 482.
Here. And then interactions should have, so then these are interactions, again, anything that we've done with this client, you'll see here. There's any notices, so you can always say, like, if once they receive emails from you, you can be CC'd on them so that you see what they're saying as well, which I always think it's a good idea just to kind of have it top of mind. Okay. Is there any questions, anything else that you would like me to go over again? Anything that I can help clarify, explain better?
And does anybody have any questions on how to use it in business as well?
Alondra,
Yes,
I have a question. This is Jan Bishel. You mentioned that all of the videos are on a YouTube
yes.
channel. I feel a little dumb for even asking this. How would I even find that? Do I go to YouTube and how do I?
I will show you.
Okay.
Go to youtube.com. You guys can see this, right?
Yep.
And then what you could do is type in PMZ real estate. You'll find our channel here.
Oh, okay. We have our own channel, of course.
And then you'll see that here we have Tipsy Thursday. If we click on here, so this is the playlist that I mentioned, and these are
Okay.
all the Tipsy Thursdays that we've done.
So it's within the PMZ real estate.
Yes. So they have this separate like playlist that you can do. So I created one just for Tipsy Thursday.
And then I can subscribe to that and it'll come up like as a favorite or something.
Yes, you can definitely subscribe to it and you'll get notified from YouTube as well once any new videos get posted.
Okay, perfect.
And then I'll start including the link to this playlist in my emails of Tipsy Thursday so that it's always easily accessible.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Any other questions? Once, going twice.
You.
So everybody's going to enter a client today, right?
Yeah. Rebecca, you had a question?
I do. So how do we get it from download? Tidy gave me a sheet through my email. Can I transfer that, all my names over to this one right here?
So did he give you like an Excel sheet?
Yes.
Yes. So you would do if you have them all entered, and I'm guessing Tiny gave you the template that you need.
Right.
Anja, something like this. This is an Excel.
Well, what she's referring to, there's a very specific, and I think we covered it two Tipsy Thursdays ago.
Right.
Yeah.
There's an exact spreadsheet in this system that if you put your clients in, that we're referring to.
And Rebecca, I'm sure that that's the one that Tidy sent you, but you can always double check by going to import here at the bottom.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then if we scroll all the way to the bottom, you can download that Excel file here.
Okay.
And then just click next. You'll upload that from your computer, and then it'll walk you through each of the options that you can do to manually import all of them. So that way you're not going to go create a new contact every time and type in all that information. You can just have, copy and paste everything you have into that Excel sheet and then do a massive import.
Okay. Okay. Copy and paste it because it's in my personal email, not my business.
Yeah, and if you have it a lot of different places and you just need to have it all in one, let me know. I
Yeah.
can help you I'm pretty good at Excel where I can help make that process a lot easier.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Alondra, Michelle Rickliff here, just a quick question. You said you went over how to import that a couple of Tipsy Thursdays ago. What was the name of that one?
I think it was actually the last Tipsy Thursday that we had, and I think it was the email marketing one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because that would make things much faster. I've been doing it one by one and it's taking me a while.
Yeah, definitely. Let's use that Excel sheet and it will make it so much easier for you.
And I've learned through my 17 years of failing miserably as a real estate agent, I do enough in the spreadsheet. Like, don't try to do every single information about your clients in a spreadsheet because things can get lost. Make sure you get the names, the phone numbers, and the addresses. It's really good to go through client by client to make sure that you're being in flow with them, doing your hot and warm list, making sure that you're getting the updated contact information by talking to them. Just trying to get spreadsheets to solve all issues is never a great way to do it. I've tried, just don't recommend it. Just get the most basic and important information up as soon as possible and then call your clients, because that's the best way to get to them anyway.
Yes, and then as you're talking to them and engaging with them more, you can always go in there and update that information. Okay, any last questions for us? CRM related or not? Are you thinking about it? Okay, well, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you guys found this super helpful. And as you're going in there and playing with the system, if you run into any questions, feel free to give myself a call or Nick. We're here to help you with this. And our goal is that you guys are so proficient in this that you're like, yep, I know how to do this. And it's comes second nature to you.
I can't wait till one of you guys wants to step up and be like, no, I want to teach that Tipsy Thursday. Who's going to be our guest host?
Oh, I would love that. And then if there's any specific.
Alondra, I did have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, good. I was wondering if there's a template on there for holidays or birthdays that you're able to email out from this system?
Yes, there is. We did cover this. We covered it on last week's Tipsy Thursday, and it's under
I'll look it up.
Email marketing, and it will break it down to you guys. We'll spend some more time on there too, but I think it will kind of take smaller steps to get there, so it's not just overwhelming.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining you guys. We'll see you guys next Tipsy Thursday. Bye.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Have a good day.
All right,
Thank
guys, have
you.
a good day. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.